Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us this afternoon on our webinar. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come listen to us speak about how you can build business credit, about the funding blueprint, how you can get business credit with no personal guarantee or credit check, and how to get loans and credit lines when banks say no way. For those of you who have been to our previous webinars in the past, this one's going to be a little bit different. This is a brand new format. We're going to make it interactive through questions and polls. And the first question I'm going to ask is, can everyone hear me? Can everyone see the screen? If you just want to go ahead and type in the question, yes, yes, yes. We have a full house. This is just awesome. I can't believe how many people have turned out for this. Just type in yes so that you can see that I know you see the right screen, because embarrassing moment for Steve, I shared the wrong screen one time. We did an hour and a half webinar with nothing on the screen. So you've got my back on this one. Outstanding. I'm seeing everybody put yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So like I said, today's going to be an interactive webinar. We're going to ask you a series of questions and polls. And the very first question I want to ask you is, how many of you feel feel like you're stuck starting or growing your business, and that money can help get you unstuck? If that's the case, put stuck. Go ahead and put stuck in the question. If you feel like you're stuck, you can't grow your business, or you can't even start your business without getting cash. Wow, just falling in. You know what? I knew the majority of you feel that way. I feel that way just as well. So then the second question I have to ask you is, have you ever wondered what it would be like to feel like to have money, to have more time on your hands, to have more freedom? I mean, look, that's why we start our business, right? We don't want to work for somebody else because we want to be able to enjoy time with our family. We want to be able to do the things that we want to do. And the best way to do that is to build your business, to have it run itself, maybe even sell it. But in order to do that, most of us need money to grow our business. Do we all agree? Go ahead and put yes. I'm going to drive you all crazy. Be ready to type. Great. Everybody feels the same way. So I have a question. Would you like me to share how you can get more money for your business, how you can get credit without a personal guarantee, and how you can do this quickly? If you really want me to share that with you, put amen. Right, I just want to change. I don't want a million yeses in here, right? Every once in a while, somebody throw a no in just to make me feel better. Great. I really appreciate the permission. I'm going to go ahead and take us forward in this webinar, and let's get rolling. Is everybody here? Looks like we're almost sold out. And by the way, I know it's 5 o'clock East Coast. I know you have a lot of West Coast attendees. I appreciate you stepping in here in the middle of the afternoon. Take a time out of your busy day. Everybody in here is an entrepreneur. I know you have a million other things you could be doing. I really appreciate it. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. And there are hundreds of you in here. We're almost at 1,000. So anyway, so we're going to go ahead and move on. Thank you. I appreciate the permission to share with you how you're going to get more money for your business. So what you're about to discover is that, like most people, you're having a difficult time getting money right now. We're going to give you the 5 steps to get business credit without a PG or a credit check. We're going to give you the secret approval formula lenders use, and we're going to show you how to easily access all legitimate funding in one place. And here's my favorite part. We're going to teach you how to beat the banks at their own game. Who wants to beat the banks at their own game? I'm ready. I got my hand in the air right now. Just say yes. Outstanding. Outstanding. Look how fast that rolled in. Everybody wants to beat the bank. Look, there you go. Adrian raised their hand. Awesome. Or his hand, excuse me. All right. So here's what I promised you today. I promise when I'm done, you're going to know the proven 5-step formula to build business credit. You're going to know how to set up your business where you become fundable, and you're going to know where to get the most money at the best terms at the end of this webinar. Everybody good with that? Can I move forward? Look at that. I'm going to have a million yeses on this. Perfect. Okay, so here's the problem. Most businesses, as we all know, fail due to not having capital. You really can't grow without money. No matter how much profit you make, it's very difficult to grow a business without using OPMs, other people's money. Most people don't know where to get that money. They don't even know how to qualify or even get approved. The banks keep this big secret that they don't want to share with you, and they do that on purpose. They want you to beg for the money. Well, they're in business to lend money. So people don't know how to do that. They don't know how to build business credit, and they don't know how to get the best terms. Let me show you share with you a few stats. 74% of businesses fail within the first 4 years. Per the SBA, the major reason for business failure is insufficient capital and lack of adequate funding. So think about that. 3 out of 4 businesses that start, and with the almost 1,000 people in here, that will be over 750 people that would fail on their business without funding. I mean, that's got to have impact, right? 86% of small businesses rely on some type of credit or financing just for survival. And 89% of business loan applicants were rejected for financing when they applied. Think about that. Basically, 9 out of 10 loan applicants were rejected when they applied for financing. Yet, 74% of businesses all fail within the first year, and everybody needs funding to grow. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna give you the roadmap. We're gonna show you how to get to the point where you can get the funding. We're gonna teach you from step 1, which I've covered, brilliant, to step 2, how to get loans and credit lines, how to establish your business credit reports. Step 1, by the way, is setting up your business credibility. We're gonna move you into starting to build your business credit. We're gonna teach you how to monitor your business credit building. We're gonna show you how to get revolving credit, and then we're gonna show you how to get even more revolving credit. Who wants to see how to get even more revolving credit? Hit me with a yes. Me, yeah, that's even better. Hit me with a me, I like that better. Perfect, thanks, James. Thanks, Chris. All right, Adrian, hit it again. Ronald, really appreciate it. Jewel, great name, Jewel. Okay, so we're gonna move on. What we're gonna do is we're gonna teach you how to build a credit profile and score for your business that's not tied to you personally. We're gonna get you credit that is linked to your EIN and completely separate from your personal credit. And then we're gonna let your business get high limit credit cards. We're gonna tell you why and how without a credit check or a PG. Sounds good? Awesome. Let's move on. So the question is, why business credit? First of all, it's fast to build because scores are based on payment history. We all have a personal credit score. We know that there's a lot of items that make up our personal credit score. You may not know exactly what those items are, but I can tell you it's a breakdown of a certain percentage of utilization, typically 30%. Inquiries are about 10%, and your limits, how long you've had your credit. Anyway, it's a fairly complicated system. But business credit, strictly based on your payment history. And because of that, the limits tend to be 10 to 100 times higher than what a consumer gets. And that's per the SBA. Now think about that. As a one-person LLC, you could get $10,000 in credit on, let's say, a Visa versus $1,000 in credit, or even $100, which is ridiculous, just because you're an LLC, just because you have business credit. Who thinks that's cool? I know I think that's cool. Who thinks that's cool? Say me. Everybody say me. Good stuff. That's awesome. Beautiful. Okay, so that's why business credit is so important. There's no personal guarantee or personal liability, and you get approved based on your previous credit history. You can get approved even when you can't get bank financing. It works for startups. It works for nonprofits. It works for any US-based business. You can build for even multiple businesses. For those of you who have multiple companies out there, you super entrepreneurs. It's public information, so you have much more credibility. It helps you get better terms of financing, and bottom line is it increases the value of your business. So with your credit, you can expand your business, but this is one of my favorite stories to tell. If you have 2 identical shops in the same town doing the same volume with the same profit margin, but one of them has $300,000 in credit that's tied to the business available to it, and one has none, it's all tied to the owner, which one's more valuable? Obviously the one that has the business credit, because it's transferable. Whoever buys that business gets that available credit. Make sense? I know you're all gonna answer yes. So here's the deal. The time is now. Banks are starting to tighten up. More and more credit issues are asking for a credit check and a PG. And I'm gonna break down a little later why they're starting to ask for social security numbers now when they didn't used to even ask for them when you applied for business credit. It's not as bad as you think, and they do ask, and it freaks a lot of people out, but there's a solid reason for it, okay? So now the next question is, who am I? Why should you listen to me? I'm 25 years self-employed. I built up a printing company to over 8 figures, mid 8 figures, sold it. I've spoken about business credit worldwide. I actually wrote the book, Business Credit, the Complete Step-by-Step Guide. And for those of you who know us, you know that I co-authored that with Ty Crandall. I've been with news stations, podcasts, and TV. Matter of fact, I'm on at least 2 to 3 podcasts a week. and I oversee one of the largest business credit partner divisions in the United States at Credit Suite Incorporated. I'm actually the head of business development here, and what I do is I get together joint ventures with large influencers nationwide who are all interested in business credit. So I know a little bit about business credit. Oh, there you go. I get to show you the cool logos too. So let's talk about my story for only a second. I'm not big into talking about myself, so I'm going to go blow through this really fast. Is that okay with everybody? I know the answer is probably yes. Nobody wants to hear about me. I can tell you I'm a Marine Corps veteran with a deep background in real estate sales. I flipped over 300 properties. I owned over 300 rentals. I owned a property management company. I owned a printing manufacturing company that I sold. I've built and obtained business credit. I founded and led multiple successful companies, and like I said, I had over 300 rental properties. There's my awesome picture in 1984. I believe I was somewhere between Japan and Korea. So I'm a public speaker, author of Business Credit, the Complete Step-by-Step Guide, trainer, and I'm an avid learner. As you can tell, I have a lot of high energy, I have a little bit of knowledge, and I'm fairly recognized as an expert in the field. I'm no Ty Crandall, but I know a little bit. I give a little bit of insight into building business credit, obtaining loans for business, and I love teaching. I love presenting at the house. But this is my actual passion. Like I said, I'm the director of business development for Credit Suite. We are the recognized leader in teaching business owners how to build business credit that's not tied to your social. We are the 800-pound gorilla in this space. If you don't know us, if you just met us, that's fairly rare. Most business owners know who we are, and there's a reason for that. So, all right, done with me. So business credit, it equals freedom. The reason it equals freedom, you should write this down. When you have business credit, you can leverage it to grow your business, which gives you freedom. What would you do with your free time when your business takes off? Because you get capital and start working on it and not in it. Matter of fact, that's a question I'm going to ask you that right now. What would you do with your free time when your business takes off because you get the capital you need and you're working on it and not in it? Give me a one-word answer. What would you do with your free time? Vacations, relax, start another business? Give me an answer. I'm gonna read out what we got. Relax, travel, expand, vacation. Everybody wants a vacation. Me too. By the way, I'm on vacation Friday for the first time in 2 years. Expand, expand, expand. These are real entrepreneurs right here. Expand, expand, expand. Spend time with your son. That's your real why, Adrian. That's awesome. Family time, a new business venture. I love it, Jewel. Start another business. I expected to see a lot of that tonight. Great answers. The challenges we're going to face. You're struggling to grow without capital, right? It's very difficult to grow your business when you don't have the capital to grow. You're constantly pouring your profits right back into the business. It feels like you never get to take any of it. The business never gets to keep any of the money in-house. It's constantly going out. We all agree that's pretty much the normal day-to-day operation for most businesses. Just put yes. Yep, yes, perfect. All right, the second problem that we see, and how many people have had this happen to them? You're not prepared for that slow month or an emergency. I had a print manufacturing company. The press goes down, that shuts down. We ran 3 shifts. That's 24 hours, 5 days a week, right? That's 120 hours of manufacturing at the time I charged $300 an hour. That happens. I don't have any credit to back that up. I fall behind, you lose customers. We've all been through this. No matter what business you're in, when you have a slow month, you run out of cash flow or an emergency comes up, you need to be able to lean on something. We want to show you what and where you can go to make sure that you're not, when next time you're in that position, you have the funds or the credit to get over it, to get through it. So the question is, where do you apply for funding, right? That's a big problem. Where do you apply? Not everybody knows where to go to get an SBA loan or revenue financing, or where to go to get unsecured business financing at 0% interest, or where to go to get equipment financing, commercial leases. How about a purchase or a lease buyback? There are thousands of different types of loans out there, and most business owners are so busy building their business, it's not something they think about. And I get it. This is all we think about. This is literally all we do. And we have the sources for every type of loan out there. So now that you know where to get it, how do you get approved? One of the things I hate about the banking industry, quote unquote, is that they make it this big secret. I remember, because I'm old, any of you over 50, you get it, when you would be able to go in and talk to your banker and they would share with you how they can get you a loan. Those days are gone. Everything's over the internet, fill out an application, we'll get back to you. So you have no idea what they're really looking at. What's their secret criteria? Here's the good news. You have a friend who does know. We know what the criteria are. We know exactly what they're looking at. In fact, there are some secret credit reports that most, in fact, 99% of the people don't know about. We know about it. We know how to get access to it. We'll share that with you later. And the other problem is most people have no idea how to build business credit. They don't know what the formula is. If you don't mind, may I have your permission? I'd like to share with you a little bit of a personal story about the real estate industry, about what happened to me. And yes, I was crushed by 2008. Is it okay if I share that story with everybody? If I don't get any yeses, I'm not sharing it. All right, Alex, just because you asked so nicely, I'm going to share. And wow, about 50 other, 70, 100 other ones. Outstanding. All right, so here's what happened. I sold my printing company. I got into the real estate business. Didn't know what I was doing, but I love to learn, like I said in the beginning. My brother had owned a few rentals, and he kind of took me into the area where he was investing and showed me. And being a big thinker, I said, well, that's great that you did 10. Let's do hundreds. And our very first purchase was 30 properties. We were able to flip half of those at a profit. So the first 15 were all free. And anyway, we leveraged all that and we got to 300. Now, while this was happening, I was slowly building business credit by accident. I didn't have the formula. I didn't see or nobody laid out the map for me. I just kind of did it by accident. I'm talking everything from vehicle financing to high limit Home Depot, high limit Lowe's. I had cash cards. I had pretty much everything I needed for my business on credit in the business name. But that happened just because I kept buying from these people over and over again, and they finally told me about the business credit that they were offering. So it helped. I was able to grow my business. As a matter of fact, one of the things I was good at was I would borrow hard money to buy a property. They would lend me the money to buy the property, escrow the repairs, and then I would use my Home Depot credit card and my Visa card to pay the contractor, buy the supplies, get it all done. They would inspect it, issue me the escrow. I would keep that money in my pocket and not pay off the credit till I sold the house. So technically, I made a profit the day I finished. How cool was that, right? That's how I was able to expand. I would take that profit and go ahead and buy another property. That's what business credit did for me. And it took me 5 years to figure that out. 5 years. How many people would like to take 5 years to figure that out? Or better yet, 5 months? Put down 5 months or 5 years. Or put months or years. Less, even less. Awesome. That's aggressive. That's right. So here's what it really did for me. When the crash happened, and I don't want to bore you with all the details, but in the end, I made a deal with the banks to hand back all these rentals to keep our tenants in there. We wanted nobody to be kicked out of their house. But I ended up being able to walk away from all that debt because none of it was tied to me personally. I walked out with a high 6, low 7 credit score because everything was in the business name. How many people, God forbid, their business failed, would like to be able to walk away with perfect credit? Just put me. Yeah, exactly. So now you get the real value of business credit, not just in the fact that you can grow your business, but it protects you and your family. And let's face it, that's why we do this. All right. So then the next question is, where do you get business credit? And how do you get business credit? Right. So like I said, it took me years to figure it out, 5 years to figure out how to get business credit and where to get it. And that only happened because they were willing to offer it to me because I was buying so much from them. What if I told you there was a way to find out exactly where to get it, how to get it, and give you the underwriting criteria? That'd be cool, right? So we have a program called the Financial Freedom Business System. Some of you may know it as the core program, but we call it the Financial Freedom Business System because it gives you what? Financial freedom. It's our business credit builder. It helps you finance. It's everything you need. It's going to give you more time, more money, and more freedom. Now, again, why do you need all that? Your bigger reason. What is your bigger reason? My bigger reason is I believe in family. And I know most businesses fail due to lack of access to capital, putting unnecessary stress on those families. I'm here because I believe when entrepreneurs are empowered, they do amazing things. When you have access to capital, you can work on your business, not in your business. How many people spend way too much time working in their business, not on their business? Exactly. I knew most of you would say that because I did too. It's very difficult to step away to become at a higher level where you can look at your business like a roadmap because you're so busy working in it. You don't see the forest for the trees, right? Well, the Financial Freedom Business System is going to show you exactly how to get to that point where you can work on it and not in it. So the question is, what's different about it? I'll tell you what's different. It gets you business credit fast because we have a step-by-step software and concierge coaching. Fast. Again, not 5 years, 5-6 months. We set up your business where you're fundable. We help you set up your business where you're fundable. So lenders want to give you money. As opposed to you chasing it, we want them chasing you. How many people will want lenders to chase them and give them money? I know I do. I do right now. We're also going to give you underwriting guidelines. You're going to be able to see exactly why you're going to be approved. You'll know before you apply. How cool is that? You get to apply for credit and know going in, saving you not only time, but think about the stress, right? How many of you have applied for credit online with any number of banks, and you see the little wheel spin and you get one of two options, one of two things that happen. The first one is, congratulations, you're approved for X thousands of dollars. That's awesome. You feel great. You want to get up, party, do a dance. Then you get the other thing that happens. We all know what that is. You get that pop-up. We'll be sending you a letter in 30 days. How many people think that means they're going to get approved? There it is. Denied, denied. Yes, yes, yes. Then boom, never, not me, nope. Exactly. So wouldn't it be nice prior to applying for that credit card if you had right there in front of you the underwriting criteria? So you knew before you applied and had that inquiry, doesn't matter, I'm getting approved. Would that be cool? That'd be huge, right? Completely change the way you operated, the way you thought about credit, right? And the banks know that, which is exactly why they don't share it. What if I told you there was a way for you to know exactly what the underwriting criteria was before you applied? How many people are interested in seeing that? Everybody, of course. So let's talk about some common myths. This is the very first one. Now, what I didn't tell you in my bio is that I worked in sales for Credit Suite. That's how they hired me. Matter of fact, it's even worse. They didn't hire me. They turned me down and went with somebody else. I got lucky. I ended up, must have been my place to be because they called me back after a month and I loved it. So I dealt with people on a regular basis. And the very first myth was it won't work for me. I have bad credit. I don't have cash flow. I just started my business. These are all the things that I would hear on a regular basis. And I can assure you, every one of those is a myth. I don't care if you don't have cash flow. I don't care if you have bad credit. I don't care if you are what we used to call back in the real estate days, credit criminal. It does not matter. I don't care if you started your business today. If you started your business today, I can show you how to get credit tomorrow. Who'll be interested in finding out how they can get credit tomorrow? Perfect. So that's one of the myths. It won't work for you. Second one is it takes too long to get results. Now, I just told you it took me 5 years to accomplish what Credit Suite and this system can help you accomplish in 5 months, 6 months, depending on what you do. So obviously that's a myth. It takes way too long to get results is a complete myth. This is something that goes very quickly. As long as you do what you're supposed to do and follow. Again, one of the myths is no cash flow equals no credit. Not true. Once again, takes too much time and bad personal credit. I went through all of these things just through my normal course of conversation, but these are the biggest myths. These are the biggest things that I hear when speaking to people, and every one of them is wrong. So if that's something that's on the top of your mind, throw it out, clear your mind, erase the chalkboard. We're moving on. You know what we're going to do? We're going to take you through the 5 simple steps to success. Now, would you mind if I show you the behind the scenes look? I need a one, sure, to just something. Tell me if you want to see inside our suite. Perfect. All right, so before we get into the 5 simple steps, I'm going to show you what the system looks like. Now, I'm going to keep this very brief because I don't want to, you guys have committed a lot of time. We're already 25 minutes into this, and I don't want to keep you here till midnight. We all have our favorite TV shows or cocktails or time with our kids we want to spend, right? All right, so here we are. This is what our system looks like when you log in, and right down here, you're going to have the business credit builder. You would click on that, and it would bring you here. And what we're doing here is we're talking about your credibility. Now, step 1.1 is business name. We have, like I said, almost 900 people in here. I'm not looking for 900 business names, but just type in a 1 if you have your business name already done, you've registered, it's finished, you're not a brand new business, you've been registered. Just type in a 1. Oh man, look at that, just spinning through. Great, I have entrepreneurs in this room that are all in business. Okay, stop. If you haven't got it in, stop. Now type in a 2 if you haven't named your business, if you haven't actually registered your business yet. I'm not going to call you out by name. Oh, there we go. There we go. There's some more rolling in. Okay, great. So this part would be for you, your business name. Now, most people don't realize the name they choose can actually affect whether they get credit. Can you imagine that? The name they choose can actually affect whether they get credit. So the first thing, step 1.1, that our advisors are going to walk you through is we're going to ask you what your business name is. Now, if you don't have a business name, we're going to explain to you, and I love it, our system's running, not our system, but I think the internet is running slow tonight. The first thing we do is we're going to talk about why the name is so important. I'll give you an example. What sounds more lendable? Keep in mind there are what's called high-risk industries. High-risk industries would be everything like real estate investment would be considered high-risk industry. So I was in real estate, so I'm going to use that as an example. What would be safer to a lender or to an underwriter? Weibel Real Estate Investments Incorporated or Oak Tree Enterprises? Which one would you choose? If you were an underwriter, which one would you feel would be a little more credible or a little less dangerous? Weibel Real Estate Enterprises or Oak Tree Enterprises? You got it, 99%. We got 3 people wrong, and I think I was the one that was wrong. No, I'm just kidding. It's Oak Tree is what you want. You don't want, if possible, to have a high-risk industry name in the name of your business. Okay, so we're going to show you why. We're going to have you enter your name here, and then even if you haven't registered your name, for those of you who are ready to get started, we're going to give you access to the entire all 50 Secretary of State records, so you can search to see if your name's available, and we're even going to show you the restricted industries. Now you see that it's a pop-up. Restricted, automatic decline are these industries. These are high risk, and I believe real estate is somewhere down there. Real estate developers are land subdividers, and real estate agents and brokers. Now, let me explain what high risk is versus restricted. Restricted is you're done. It's over. They are not going to loan you money because of multiple reasons, but that is, you are not going to get the money. High risk just means they're going to look at you a little closer. Okay, it doesn't mean a denial. I got plenty of loans in real estate. I got plenty of loans that had nothing to do with real estate, but they're just going to look at you a little bit closer. So just keep that in mind if you haven't named your business. Now, in addition to this, we're even going to give you a link to a company that can register your company for you. So our system starts with the problem, educates you on the problem, has you enter your name to continue to the next step, and there's a reason for that. And then if you haven't chosen a business name, we show you why and how, and then even give you a link to somebody who can help you get started. Does that make sense? Everybody good with that? Perfect. So the next thing after that is we're going to talk about a business address. Now, I'm going to focus on a couple of things here. Again, I don't want to keep you guys long, but there's a couple of areas where people make huge mistakes and don't realize they're making those mistakes. Who here wants to hear about the mistakes? Me, yes, for sure, absolutely. Shut up, Steve, you talk too fast. Wait a minute. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so the first mistake that we run into on a regular basis is the business address. Now I can click on this and we can go through the whole video. You don't need to see all that, but let me boil it down for you. So in the lending world or in the credit world, there are only 3 passing grades. If all of you remember school, we had A, B, C, D, and F. I'm old enough to remember A, B, C, D, F. I heard there might be an E now. Anyhow, in the credit world, for an address, there are only 3 passing grades. A would be a commercial real estate building, so an actual real estate building that is yours and yours alone. And what I mean by that is you rent it or you own it, but you're not sharing it with somebody else. Okay, that's an A. That's the best. If you have that, that's perfect. The second choice would be what's known as a virtual office. Everybody here familiar with the term virtual office? Just hit yes or one. Yes or one is fine. Perfect. Okay, now you notice I didn't say PO box. I didn't say UPS box, did I? I said virtual office. There's a specific SIC code for virtual offices. There was a lawsuit in the 1970s by that industry. They wanted to be recognized as an actual office space as opposed to a PO box. So a virtual office would be what would be considered a B. And you can I'll give you an example of one. Go to regus.com. That's regus.com. They pretty much have them in every city and every state in the country. The third passing grade is your home. Now, We don't recommend this. However, we're not fools. We understand, especially startups, expenses can be high. You still have to pay for things, correct? So I even started every one of my businesses in the basement of my home, every one of them. Things are a little different now. Back when we were still writing on stone, I'm kidding, but we didn't have internet. People weren't able to see my home. Now, because business credit reports are public information and they're showing a Google Street View, I can find, if your business is registered your house, I can see a picture of your house. I can see right where you are. Now, that may not be a big deal. That may be. If you live in an apartment, underwriters can see that as well. Just keep that in mind. So if you have the opportunity and the funds, you want to go at least with the virtual office. But if you do a PO box, automatic fail, immediate rejection. Don't do it. If you have a friend that owns a grocery store with a backdoor entrance and not a separate real address, don't do it, automatic rejection. Okay? Ready to move on. That's the first mistake I see. The second mistake I see is the business phone. By using a one, how many people give out their cell phone as their business number? I expect this to be almost 100%. Oh, Jennifer, good, not you. Yep, everybody does. I've done it before, absolutely. Not me, Kimberly, good job. Two, Heyman, I assume that means you don't either. Separate landline, way to go, Joel. Okay, that's a big mistake. I see I've got a really smart audience here. What happens is we're so used to our cell phone being our point of contact that we use that as our business phone. But there's a problem with that. For those of you who are as old as dirt as I am, back in the day, you had a phone on the wall, and when you wanted information, you dialed 411, and an operator answered. You said, hey, I'd like the phone number to Joe's Pizza, and they say, is that the one on Main Street? Yes, it is. Thank you very much. Here's the number. It's called the 411 database. What most people don't realize is that database still exists today. Just because we don't use it very often doesn't mean it's not there. It's still there, and unfortunately, the lenders not only know about it, they use it. Matter of fact, it's the first thing they look at. They check with the National 411 database. If your business is not listed with that database, in their mind, you are no longer in business. You are no longer in business, or you are not in business, not no longer in business. You're not a legitimate business, okay? So the problem with that is you cannot list a cell phone with the National 411 database. How many people here have a Google phone number? Type in one. Wow, a lot of you. Guess what? I should be typing in one too. I still have a Google phone number from my real estate investment days, right? If that's the only number you're using as your business number, you're on the right track, you're in the wrong alley. Unfortunately, Google owns that number. You cannot list that with the National 411 database. The only way you can list your phone number is if you have a legitimate landline or you have a virtual phone number, which Google almost is, but you want to go to somebody like Ring Central or Grasshopper. Some of you are familiar with that. And if you're not sure, ask them, can this be listed with the National 411 database? If it can be, hopefully they're telling you the truth, then we can get you listed with the National 411 database. Now you're good to go. So that's the second biggest mistake. Everybody understand what I'm talking about? Everybody get what I'm saying when I say you need to have a legitimate business phone? Just type in Y, that's fine. Perfect, all right. This isn't the final one, but this is the top, number 3 of the top 3. How many people have a website and a corresponding email? Matter of fact, I don't even want to know that. Type in 2 if you don't have a website and corresponding email. In other words, stevessupersexy.com and info@stevessupersexy.com. You guys didn't know I had that registered, right? Actually, I have business credit as sexy. How about that? I don't have one. Perfect. Not using it yet. Perfect. Okay, so the majority of business owners all do the same thing. I did it as well. Matter of fact, I still have Steven Sells blanks at, I'm not gonna say what it is, at gmail.com. A free email makes you look not credible to a lender. What they want to see is info@yourbusiness.com or info@whatever your website is.com. They don't want to see, and any of you have listened to our webinar before, you've heard Ty say this, party dude 2019 at Yahoo. Probably not going to get you a whole lot of money. Can we agree that's kind of ridiculous? Of course we can. So the third most common mistake is people won't get a website. Now, when I tell you have to have a website, doesn't mean you have to go spend $50,000 on a website. Go register a URL. You can get a plain Jane pre-made website for your industry temporarily, register the email address, and forward it to your Gmail or Yahoo or, God forbid, AOL account or Ymail or whatever the hot email is now. So you don't necessarily have to just only use that as your email, but still have it. I still, to this day, still have it. Alex still has AOL. That's awesome. Sorry, Alex. I still, to this day, have soldin73days.com. I still have info at soldin73days.com. That's from my real estate days. And it forwards to my Gmail account. So if I filled out a credit application, I still have that LLC, as a matter of fact, I would put info at soldin73days.com for my email. That just makes me look that much more credible. Everybody get that? Can I move on? Yes, awesome. Okay, so that's the top three. Now there's much more to this. How to get your EIN, how to get your business license if you need one, how to register a bank account. That might be what, by the way, number 4 of the biggest mistakes. I can't imagine, I can't believe how many business owners run their business through their personal bank account. Big, big mistake, huge mistake. If you don't have a bank account open, get it open now. If you're not sure how to do that, contact us at Credit Suite. Go to info@creditsuite.com. We'll guide you. We'll refer you to somebody. We're not tied to any bank. We don't care, but you need to open a business bank account. Once we've helped you set up this credibility, and we're almost to the point where I'm going to be done with this demo, we're going to teach you how to establish your business reports. Now, when I talk about business reports, everybody here knows about the big 3 credit reporting agencies for personal credit, right? What you don't know is in the business world, there's also the big 3. You have D&B. All of you have heard of Dun & Bradstreet, or most of you have. If not, you can go to dnb.com. You need Experian and you need Equifax. So Experian Business Score. So the big 2 really are Experian and D&B. We're going to help you set up with them. Now, I will warn you in advance. Write this down. Do not pay D&B for your number. Do not pay D&B for your number. Now, why would I say that? Not because I'm trying to hurt their sales, but because they are required by law to give you that number. It's free. That's right, Presley. Is it S.E. Presley? Am I saying that right? It's free. However, they will tell you the sky is falling. We can't verify who you are. You need to pay us $495, $795, $995. You'll never be able to build business credit unless you pay us $1995. That's $1,995 per year forever. How many agree I just saved you about $2,000? At least 400, right? It's free. dnb.com. When they call you, and trust me, they will. They'll call you like a collector would call you when they found out you won the lottery. They will call you and try to convince you to buy. Do not buy. The way they verify who you are is you provide the information. How's that for ridiculous? You verify who you are, and they charge you for that. Who agrees that's ridiculous? Absolutely, right? I do too. Now, by the way, back in 1992, I paid D&B. So just so you know, I made the mistake. Okay, so once we've established your business reports, we're moving on to getting credit. Now think about that. All we did was help you get set up credibly, go through these little 10 steps, which are all very easy, all can be rectified within 24 to 48 hours. We made sure you got established with your business reports. And by the way, D&B will tell you they can't get the number to you for 30 to 90 days. It typically shows up within a week to 45 days, but you will get that number. And Experian and Equifax, that's almost instant. So we're ready to start building tier 1. Anybody here know what a net 30 is? Just, I need one person to say yes. They know it. Okay, great. James, you were the first one. All right, James. So I'm going to explain what a net 30 is, and you correct me if I'm wrong. Net 30 means you get approved for credit with any business. I don't care what business it is. You buy their product, you get the product delivered to you, you receive an invoice, and you have 30 days to pay that bill. Does that make sense to everybody? Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. That is correct. So Keep in mind, you're getting credit with a vendor, and that vendor can be anyone. In the printing industry, I had lots of paper vendors, ink vendors, oh man, film, man, I'm starting to feel really old. Film, back when we used film, I would get credit from them, and I would typically get between net 30 and net 60 terms. And I had to pay those bills whether I was paid or not from my customer. That's net 30 credit. That's typically the type of credit you're going to get as a brand new business, and you can get that tonight. Tonight, you can get off this webinar and go apply at least 2 vendors that I'm going to give you that you'll get approved for. Okay, if you're set up credibly. There you go. Jewel nailed it. Uline and Quill. That's right. So we're going to get that info to you. I'll give you who Uline and Quill is at the end. You'll be able to do that tonight if you're set up credibly. If you're not, you're probably going to get denied, just so you know. All right, so once you start building tier 1, you get enough credit, you're going to start monitoring your business reports. I'm going to show you how you're going to be able to save $1,200 a year on your business credit reports. Everybody want to see how they can save $1,200 per year for the rest of their lives? Awesome. Awesome. Okay, once you're monitoring and you're seeing that things are reporting properly, then you're going to move on to tier 2. And then from there, you go tier 3, tier 4, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. I don't want to go through this whole thing. Is everybody okay if I move back to the webinar? Is everybody good with that? Thank you so much. I really appreciate your permission. I appreciate you letting me show this to you. I'm going to go ahead and move this off the screen and get you back to the 5 simple steps to success. Okay, let's get back to the fun. So the first step to success, in my mind, is you got to start with the end in mind. Do you not all agree that we should start with the end in mind? We need to figure out what our goal is before we figure out the path to get to that goal, right? You can't just get on a path, not know where you're going. So to me, the end in mind could be one of a million things. Sell my business, hit 100 million, hit 10 million, hit 5 million, hit 1 million, hit 100,000 a month, employ all my children. You got to figure out what your goal is, what your end is in your mind. And once you've done that, and the end, as far as I'm concerned with building business credit, is to get credit for your business. Do we not all agree on that? Exactly. So in order to do that, we got to establish credibility, which I just went through, right? We got to set up your business so that it's credible, so the automated underwriting systems give you instant approvals. That's our goal. We don't want anybody looking at you. We want the artificial intelligence to make a decision instantly, like applying for that credit card online. Don't you think that's a lot easier than talking to an underwriter? Type in 1. You guys are probably really tired of 1s. I'm going to hit you with a confusing one in a minute. So we want to establish your credibility. From there, like we discussed a moment ago, you want to begin building business credit. But here's what's really cool. You're going to apply with confidence. I told you we're going to give you the underwriting criteria. You're going to apply with confidence, just like if I told you how Chase was going to approve you for 10 grand, you'd be happy. You couldn't wait to apply for it, right? Because you knew you qualified. And then you're going to get approved and you're going to celebrate. I'm Irish, I'm going to dance a jig, right? You're going to celebrate because you applied with confidence. You knew you were going to get approved. You got approved. And of course, you're going to move on. You're going to begin to grow your business. Does that make sense? There's your 5 simple steps. So let's talk about starting with the end in mind. How much money do you want? What are you going to actually use the money for? Now think about that. I hear this all the time. I need 100 grand. What do you need it for? Expenses. No, that's not doing it. That's not a business plan. That's cloud. You need to decide what you're going to use the money for, and there's a reason for this. Then you got to ask yourself, how will the money change your life? Right? So how much do you want? What are you going to use it for? That's very, very important. That's the part people skip over, but you need to be really clear in your mind what you're going to use it for, and how will this money change your life? Does everybody agree that's a good plan when getting ready to apply for business credit, getting ready to get credit? You should understand what you need, how much you want, and is it going to change your life? Outstanding. So let's talk about somebody who did know what they need. Diaphalis and Thelma Sample. These are one of our first clients, and the reason, and other people I'm sure have seen this before, but I heard the full story this weekend. I was at a live event, and I got to hear the full story. They actually went to get a business line of credit, and they were turned down. They got started with Credit Suite, who helped set up their business credibly because that was their big issue. They had incongruency all over the place. Nothing matched anywhere. So what that does is that in the lender's mind, it creates a red flag for fraud, right? Anybody here ever had their bank account attacked or their credit card stolen or whatever? If you have, you understand the nightmare that is, so banks try to avoid that. So when they check you out, you being the business, they're looking to make sure everything matches. If the address is a little different than maybe it was on a different website, that's a red flag. That's potential fraud. They may not deny you, but they may say we need to look at you closer. And everybody agrees nobody wants the bank looking closer. They want them to just get an instant approval. Right? So that was their issue. After following the steps, they've secured, and by the way, this 96,000 is a little dated. They're way over that. Over 96,000 in business credit cards, and just applied for the Platinum American Express and got approved instantly. Remember, we talked about that, right? Instantly with no limit. Now they have 4 to 5 different companies calling them every day trying to give them money. If you remember, when we started, I said, we want the money to chase you, right? Who agrees that money chasing you is better than you chasing money? For that, I want a 9. No 1. You jumped on too soon. I need a 9. Right? Of course we want the money to chase us. We want to make the decision that's best for us. We don't want to take the first deal that comes down the pike because we're desperate for money, right? So that's what happened with them because they got involved. We taught them how to set their business up credibly to establish their fundability. Speaking of establishing fundability, you need to know and understand the lending guidelines. The phone, the 401 listing, the website and the email, the address, the DUNS number, the congruency, everything matching across all spectrums. I've seen this, and I'm going to warn you about this. I've seen people register their business with the Secretary of State using their home address. I've seen them register to get their EIN number with the IRS at the home address, and then they go out and rent a commercial building and never go back and change it with those two entities. Now, the problem is the first thing that gets checked is the Secretary of State to make sure you're legit. You put down 123 Main Street and it says 123 Oak Street on your registration papers. You're denied instantly. It all needs to match. So congruency, okay? So you need to know and understand the lending guidelines. And once you understand them, we need to improve your fundability to meet those approval standards. So we need to understand them, and then we need to improve your fundability to meet those approval standards if you aren't already there. And then immediately we need you to start applying and getting approved. Who thinks that's a good plan, right? Know and understand the lending guidelines, improve your fundability, improve your credibility to meet the approval standards, and then immediately start applying and get approved. Thanks, Tanya. I threw a 10 in there instead of a 9. I love it. Are you left-handed too, like me? So here's another example. Antonio Bonner purchased the finance suite 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, right? It's a real eye-opener. Entered my phone number in the system, immediately threw up a red flag saying it was a cell phone and prompted me to get a real business phone. We just discussed that. So I got a toll-free number with Ring Central, who I believe I mentioned, and then realized I wasn't listed with 411. Here was the good news for Antonio. We did it for him. Right through the suite for free, boom, instant. We listed him with the National 401 database. He set up with D&B. He's already getting approved for business cards. Now look what he said. I purchased the finance suite 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. He's already getting approved for business card. More than I expected. Who thinks that's cool? I need an 8. Give me an 8. Awesome. Awesome. I think it's cool too. Okay, so we need to build your business credit. Approval's based on the number of payment experiences. So in the beginning, when I talked about your credit score, your personal credit score, and I talked about your utilization and your obviously your payment history, how long you've had it, business credit's a little different. We want to get you approved for initial business credit. And as you get approved, they're going to be looking at more and more at your payment experiences to grow. Oh, I'm going to take a poll right now. How many think that an extra $50,000 in financing can help grow your business? 1 for me, 2 for, or 1 for yes, 2 for no. How about that? Would $50,000 help you grow your business? Is that enough? Is that enough? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Yes, 10. 10. All right, so you need 500,000, obviously. It's a start, James. I was waiting for it's a start because that's what I would have said. Beautiful. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get high limit revolving fleet and retail cars. Okay, everybody here know what fleet and retail cards are? Obviously, retail cards are stores. What most people don't know is almost every store offers business credit. Every store. Doesn't mean they report, but they offer it. I have a client, actually they're our partner, who went through our system, and I got the monthly update, which I love. She'd call me every month. Steve, you can't believe it. I just got approved here, 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 here. And she's going through the system, and yeah, that's awesome. I expected that. Then she calls me one day. She's in New York, and she got approved at Saks Fifth Avenue, which I didn't even know they offered that. Saks Fifth Avenue. And then I thought about it. Obviously, they sell business gifts, right? You want to buy a gift for somebody, they're one of your clients or whatever, cost something. She got approved for business credit for $15,000 at Saks Fifth Avenue. How many people would like a Saks Fifth Avenue business credit card? I kind of already know who's going to answer this. I'm in, by the way. My wife's in too. Yeah, right. You one, right? Now they're not in our system, but they give business credit. Okay, so anyhow, you're going to get a high limit revolving fleet. Fleet credit cards are gas cards. I'm sure most of you are familiar with that. So that's what you're going to get your initial business credit. You're going to get high limit revolving fleet and retail credit. Then you're going to need someplace to put that gas. Let's go ahead and put it in a vehicle that's in the business name, not tied to you personally, just like I did. Just like I did. You can get, with enough trade lines reporting, easily get a brand new vehicle. I don't care if it's a pickup truck or a Lincoln or whatever, whatever you want to drive. There are tons of stop. Greg's saying stop. No, Greg, I'm not stopping. This is true. I've done it. And then right after that, how about cash credit? Everybody who loves cash, don't even have to raise your hand. I know everybody loves cash. So you're going to start with your initial business credit. You're going to get high limit revolving fleet retail credit. You're going to brand new vehicle, and you're going to get cash credit. This is what you could do when you build your business credit. This is exactly the roadmap to get there. So how many people think you can get $100,000 in business credit, and that's about the max you can get? Hit one for that. All right, yeah, a couple. All right, how many people think $250,000 in business credit would probably be the max you could get? Hit two. Okay, got a couple twos. People were starting to get nervous, like that seems like a lot. I'm not done yet. How many people think you could get $500,000 in business credit tied to your business, not to you personally, and that would probably be the absolute max? Oh, type in three. I probably should have given you the answer, right? Type in three. All right, so I got 1, 2, 3. Not many of those. 4, okay, 5. Some people are like, yeah, where's he going with this? Let me ask you a question. I already know the answer. I'm going to show you the answer. How about $1 million in business credit? How many people think you can get that? I don't need an answer. I already know somebody who has. $1 million in business credit. Look at Marlon's hands. Look at all those credit cards he has in his hands. How crazy is that, right? And all of this happened after he failed to get approved for loans with several banks. He discovered us, jumped on board. He started with the initial vendor accounts, just like I'm telling everybody here to do, right? Continued to get all types of credit. Now he's got over 100 business credit cards in his wallet, over $1 million in available credit. Fleet credit, auto repairs. He's got cash credit cards with most major banks, including Bank of America, Wells Fargo. He secured almost all of this, almost all of it. He may have signed for some of it personally, without a credit check and any personal guarantee. And he's also gotten loans over $100,000. James, perfect. You needed exactly $1 million. We can show you how to get there. How cool is it? Who wants to have access to $1 million in business credit? 12 million. I read that in one of the emails. That's possible, I guess. I mean, look, here's what's going to happen. We're going to take you to a level, and you can scale it as high as you want. We're not going to tell you how much to get. That's up to you. Keep growing with it, right? We're going to teach you. If you went to school and learned history and were a history major and you learned history, when you got out of college, you go, that's it, I'm done. I don't want to know nothing about history anymore. Of course not. If that's your thing and you want to be involved in some way using history, you're going to continue to grow and learn more. Well, that's what we're hoping you're going to do as well. But we're going to get you off to a super fast start. So here's the thing. We want you to apply with confidence. You get $1 million in credit, and we want you to apply with confidence. Like we discussed, you need to know the underwriting guidelines before applying for credit. You need to know how and where to apply. The best part is you got to know you're being approved. Who wants to see some approvals? Who wants to see actual approvals? Somebody actually getting approved for credit. Right? As soon as I hit, let's see, we got 900. All right, I need about 200 of you. Oh, there you go, 140, 160, 75, 90, 200, perfect. All right, I'm going to show you some approvals. How about this? Here's an approval for $20,000, no PG. Amex Blue Business Plus card, $9,000 limit, $3,000 limit. I think there's more in here. Why is it not moving forward? I'm sorry, guys. Somehow I should have showed you a bunch. There should have been 20 approvals. It didn't operate, but there's at least 20 approvals in there. Trust me. Ask me. I'll send you copies. Okay, guys? So we want to see, obviously, you get approved. You're going to get immediate and automated approvals. Remember, back in the beginning, I talked about you want to get them to approve you on the spot like you're applying for a personal credit card. The only way you're going to get that immediate and automated approval is to know the underwriting criteria. And they're going to get it approved with multiple lending sources, not just one, multiple. We have over 100, remember, way more than 100 at this point, but hundreds, over 100 sources in our system that are going to allow you to get the most money at the best terms. Now, I don't know why this says compelling testimonial headline. I obviously forgot to type in what it was supposed to say. Who thinks that's funny? I just realized it now. My fault. Operator Stephen Childs. He's one of our clients in Philadelphia. I know Stephen. These are his words. You have to have this product. Anything else would be, his words, futile and uncivilized. Right? Short-term bridge funding, operational funding, accounts receivable financing, amazing SBA loans. These things are unimaginable to a lot of small businesses because they don't know where to look. Stephen's right. Traditionally, entrepreneurs, again, working in their business, not on it, go to banks and bankers, and they're going to steer you into their products, which are not the best products. I know, Alex, it is hilarious, right? But even most bankers are unaware that, and I'm sure you guys are unaware, because I was unaware, that most business funding hasn't come from banking institutions since 2000. When they changed the rules, it grew an entire secondary market, and that's who funds most business loans. Now let's go to another compelling testimony headline. He opened a second location. I actually must have fixed this one properly. He opened a second location 12 months sooner than he expected. Mr. Skidar, his business partner, they were driving back from New York. They reached a point in their original business where we asked, what do we do next? How many people have gotten to that point in our business? We're like, what do I do next? Put a 2 in there for that. Give me a 2 if you're trying to figure out what to do next to take your business to the next level. Exactly. We're almost all there. I've been there multiple times. As a matter of fact, during the course of your business life, that will happen at every growth spot. In the printing industry, it was $500,000, $1 million, $2.5 million, $5 million, $10 million. We had the same problems at 15 million that we had at 5 million, just at a larger scale. Going to that next level is difficult, and that's why financing is so important. So they decided within 18 months they were going to open their second location. Through financing from our finance team, they were able to accelerate our timeline and open this location in 6 months instead of 18 months. Getting more financing meant they could start fulfilling their dreams, living their why, right? Living their why. So here again, I'm going to show you a few more approvals. It's supposed to pop up, but let's see. For those who say business credit without a PG is not possible, these are just a few of my cards. This does not include what I'm waiting on to be shipped, nor what I have for my other businesses as well, so it can be done. Look at all the cards Christine has in here. Now, she's built over 800,000, right? Over 800. Look at the credit line right here, Murphy USA, credit line 15,000. So that you got to ask yourself, my friend, I'm going to ask you, and I really want an answer here. Will you be our next success story? Can I get a 1 for a yes? I don't even want to know, because if you answer no, you're not serious. You don't believe in yourself. I need a 1. I need a 1. Yes works too. Yes, please even works. Oh God, look at these. Oh my God, there's hundreds of 1s. Great. We want to put you up here. We want you to be able to do, these are some of the things when I own my business. Now, please, I'm embarrassed by some of the photos. They're old. That's a 200-pound tarpon. Who wants to go out and catch a 200-pound tarpon in our free time because their business is running itself, right? Who wants to be able to go play golf on a regular basis? Or like I do, I play drums once in a while. These are the things that you should be able to accomplish. You have your why. We want you to enjoy it. We want you to go forward with that why. Imagine this. Imagine being able to live this type of life. Imagine being able to do the things that you want to do. If you believe in yourself, this can absolutely happen, and we can help you. The Financial Freedom Business System is going to give you more time. It's going to certainly give you more money, which all should equate to more freedom. Does that make sense to everybody? I mean, I really need to know, does that make complete sense to everybody? I know what it did for me. I know what it can do for you. The biggest frustration I have is when I know that I can help someone and they won't let me help them. This is what I'm looking to do this evening. I'm looking to see all of you unbelievable people that showed up and took the time out of their day to attend our webinar. I want to help you. So let me talk a little bit about the benefits and features. Do I have your permission to talk about that? I don't want to bore anybody, but I really want to go into the real benefits and features. You guys already know 1 for yes, appreciate it. The 2 for no, see you later. No, I'm just kidding. It's 1 for yes. It's all ones. All right, some of the benefits and features of our program. If you haven't set up, and we had a few of you brand new, ready to start your businesses out there, I love it. That's the most exciting time in your life. We're going to help you with your EIN and your entity setup. We're going to help you. We're not going to do it for you. We're going to help you. However, I'm going to give you a little secret. We're working on something that may be launching later in the year. So we're going to help you with your EIN and your entity setup. We're going to do a business name and address check. We're going to do a credibility check to make sure everything is proper. We're going to check the 411 listing. We're going to do your business phone credibility check. We're going to check your website and email, make sure it's perfect. We're going to give you 24/7 mobile access to our finance suite. We're going to give you the business credit blueprint. We're literally going to lay it out for you. Who here can read a map? I assume everybody can read a map. We're going to give you that map. We call it the blueprint. I like to call it a map. I'm an ex-Marine. That's how I think. We're going to give you 12 months of your own personal business advisor. Imagine that, 12 months. Somebody you can call anytime. And by the way, any of you have been through a help program, a self-help program, or even a coaching program where they limit you to 1 call a week, or yeah, exactly, former Marine, never X. Thanks, Chris, appreciate it. If you've ever been through a program where you get advisors, a lot of times they'll limit you to the number of calls per week or per month or even per quarter. Not us. Matter of fact, you get started with us tonight, you're going to get 5 phone calls in the first 5 days. Now, why would we do that? 2 reasons. 1, we want you to know how serious we are about helping you. But 2, we want to make sure if you have any questions, they tend to all happen in the beginning. So we're going to call you 5 times in the first 5 days. However, you're not limited to that. You can call your advisor any number of times you want, any time of day between 9 and 7, Monday through Friday on Eastern Standard Time. So you're going to get 12 months of that. You're going to get a business credit report and score training. We're going to teach you how to read your report and score. We're going to help you get set up with D&B, Experian, and Equifax. We're going to give you exclusive access to starter vendors, which everybody needs if they don't have any credit. We're going to give you access to high limit store, fleet, and cash credit. Now, I talked about this. The people that we're going to give you access to report, they're helping you build your business credit. It does not mean that you are limited to only applying there. If a store makes sense for you and you've got enough trade lines reporting, and we're going to advise you on that, go to that store. I'm going to give you an example. Is it okay if I give everybody an example? Great. Okay, so I had one time Pilot Flying J, who was a huge truck stop all across the country, used to report business credit. They used to report to the business credit report. They would give credit to businesses in the business name, and they would report. They stopped reporting, so we had to remove them from our system. However, if you're a truck driver, if you're out there and you're a truck driver, or you're a cross-country salesperson, you're always on the road, go in there, apply for business credit. They will approve you if you have enough trade lines reporting, and it will not report, but it won't report on your personal credit either. So that's what I mean by don't just stick with what's in our system. If it makes sense for you, talk to your advisor and apply. You're going to get access to auto vehicle financing. I know at least one of you are interested in that. I saw the comment. So you're going to show you how to get a vehicle not tied to you personally. You're going to give you some access to accounts that do have a personal guarantee, but don't necessarily report on your personal credit. There are some banks that still want the personal guarantee. They give you high limit credit cards, cash credit cards, because you have a business. We kind of were wishy-washy on showing that, but what we really want to do is help people. So if we think that'll help you, if you think that'll help you, you're going to have access to it. And there's hundreds of those in our system. Banks you've never even heard of who will approve you. And yes, this presentation, I will answer all these questions, Nikisha, at the end of this webinar. We're going to give you complete underwriting guidelines for business credit. You're going to know before you go, okay? We're going to give you the business funding blueprint. We're going to help you secure business loans within 72 hours. You're going to have one of our finance team from our mega money machine. They're going to call you and figure out if we can get you money today. You can get loans with rates of 5% or less, and I believe it's actually lower than that now. And by the way, you're going to get 5 years of finance officer support. You're going to have your own personal finance officer that's going to walk you through getting cash. Matter of fact, we have a program. It's unsecured, no doc, 0% interest. Who's interested in 0% interest up to $150,000? Oh, I figured I better get 100% ones on this bad boy, right? We're going to give you access to that. Let's talk about who this is not for, right? I'm assuming everybody here is a serious business owner. Everybody here is serious about growing their business, and everybody here is serious about their why. I'm going to tell you who this is not for. If you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme, not for you. If you want to use a shortcut like shelf corps, CPNs, or buying trade lines, this is not for you. There's no such thing as a shortcut. And by the way, write this down. If a shortcut worked, it wouldn't be a shortcut. It would be how we would do it, right? No such thing as a shortcut. The only way to do a shortcut is to cheat, lie, steal, do it wrong. If you expect money to fall from the sky with no work qualification, this is not for you. If you intend on getting money with no PG and then not paying it back, this is absolutely not for you. I actually had someone say that to me. We had to refund their money. I was not interested in working with them. Okay? Now, for all those of you who are left, who it's for those looking for money to start, grow, or expand, right? Start, grow, or expand. For those of you who want the easiest way, Tony wants to get rich quick. We can help you with that. Who wants the easiest way to get access to capital? Who want the most money at the best terms? Those of you who want to get away from personal guarantees, and we all want to do that. Those of you who want credit for your business that's not linked to you personally. The Business Finance Suite. The retail value of this program by itself is $29.97. All right, so somebody asked about the price, there's the start. And yes, it does work for nonprofits. I will answer as many questions at the end, Chris. With this program, you're going to get the no personal guarantee credit blueprint worth $1,697. So now $29.97, $1,697. You're going to get a rapid results business advisor. Value, I skipped over that, $1,800. You're going to get access to our Mega Money funding network. Who wants access to Mega Money? You all want access to Mega Money. We have an entire network, hundreds of lenders. We have their underwriting criteria, and what we do is we find the best rates for you, and because of our volume, we get a discount anyway, and we pass that on to you. So you're going to have access to the Mega Money funding network. Let's see if we could put a value on that. I don't think we can. I think that value is priceless. Will we agree? Getting a ton of money, access to all that money, I think that's priceless. We're going to teach you the hidden fundability secrets. That alone is worth like $800. You're going to get your personal funding concierge, has a value of about $1,597. So let's put all this together. Let's take a look at what this is really worth. The Financial Freedom Business System, which is going to give you more time, more money, more freedom. It's going to give you access to the Business Finance Suite for $29.97. No personal guarantee credit blueprint, $1,700 roughly. The Rapid Results Business Advisor, $1,897. Numbers getting big, guys. You're going to have to take out a loan. The Mega Money Funding Network, priceless. The hidden fundability secrets, and I'm going to tell you, that's a big deal. I'm going to stop there for a second. I told you in the beginning, we're going to show you the secrets that banks don't want you to know. That's included with this Financial Freedom Business System. And then the Personal Funding Concierge at $1,597. Total value, $8,985. $8,985. Now, if all this system did for you was make it easy to access money in one place, help you get business credit, would it be worth the investment? Wow, that was a lot of ones fast. If it helps you get credit cards without a personal credit check or guarantee, would it be worth it? Absolutely. If it helps you build your credibility where you become much more fundable and can grow your business, would it be worth it? And if it helps you get the money you need when you need it, would this be worth it? If that's all this system did for you, of course it would be. So we got a total retail value of $89.85, but you took the time out of your day to spend it with me. You're not going to pay $89.95, of course not. Let's get rid of that. You're risk-free, and I'm going to tell you why it's risk-free. It's $24.97. Now you can get started now at creditsuite.com/webinar. creditsuite.com/webinar. $24.97. We have payment plans. We'll go into that in a little bit. But better than that, and why it's risk-free, is I'm going to give you my personal 100% satisfaction, buy it back guarantee. You buy it, you take action right now, use the package for 30 days. You're not 100% satisfied with your investment, I will buy it back from you for what you paid for it. It's 100%. We stand behind what we do. This is because I know once you use this proven system, you are going to see powerful results. It's going to change everything. It's going to make you focus on your why. And in addition to that, I'm going to give you a little more. I'm going to give you a bonus business valuation system. What that means is we're going to give you the ability to find out what your business is worth. How many people here want to know what their business is worth today? I mean, I'd want to know what my business is worth. We're going to get you that business valuation. We're going to have that immediately day one. That alone is worth $1,000. Remember, that's exactly what they charge, is $997. Bonus two, we're going to give you massive business report savings. If you remember back in the beginning, I said I'm going to teach you how you're going to save a couple $1,000s a year on business credit reports. We're going to save you, well, the retail value is $2,200. We're going to save you about $2,000 of that $2,200. Who here likes to save $2,000 off just business credit reports? We're going to show you how to do that. Bonus three is your secret credit report. This is a credit report that lenders know about you and you don't know about. We're going to give you access. We're going to show you how to get that credit report. That's a bonus. That's free. To me, that's priceless. Think about it. You're going to get access to a report that lenders look at that nobody knows they see, right? You're going to know what they know about you. You're going to get to see the same report. We're going to give this to you. We're also going to give you your secret bank report. Most people don't realize that the bank gives you a credit score. Your bank that you bank with today, if you have a business bank account, will give you a credit score. Most people don't even know what that is. We're going to give you that score. We're going to get you your bank report. That's bonus four. It's worth about $500 if you had to pay for that. So all of this together, the finance suite, the blueprint, the Mega Money Network, the bonuses, everything put together, you're looking at a value of almost $12,679. $12,000. We're going to give it to you. Take that one off the end and a little off the six. Are you worth the investment? Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe this is something that's going to help you? Is your family worth this investment? Is your business worth the investment? Then the question you have to ask yourself, what will happen if you don't do this? If you continue to do the same thing, and a lot of you said in the beginning, I need money to grow. I saw it almost 100%. So what are you going to change tomorrow that you didn't do yesterday? Take action. Take action right now. You're going to save thousands upon thousands of dollars. So we're already giving you a great investment. $24.97. Get started right now. creditsuite.com/webinar. creditsuite.com/. Oh man, I'd like to congratulate. Man, there's people signing up all right. That's Mary. Congratulations. Beautiful. Tom, you know what? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I got an idea. What if I gave you all this for free? How many people want this for free? Show hands. I need a not a one. I need a five. It'd be the only five that's up on the board tonight. Who wants this for free? Tell you what I'm going to do. If you sign up for this program, and we have payment options on that webinar page, and you refer 3 people, how many people know at least 3 business owners who need this? Just put a 1. If you know at least 3 business owners that need this. Okay. If you refer 3 people and you refer them directly to who your sales rep is, they're going to keep track. For the first 20 people that sign up, and I know we're going to get more than that tonight, you refer 3 people, I will refund your entire payment, 100%. We have a way to track this. I guarantee you, you sell 3. No, you don't sell 3. You just refer 3. We'll sell them. It'll go under your name. The day the third person pays their system off, we give you a check back for every nickel you spend. How many people think that's a great idea? I need a 1. A lot. Okay, in order to get this, I can only do that for so many people. I can only give so many away for free because I believe everybody you introduce is going to buy it. So I can only do this for, I'm going to get in trouble for this, 25. First 25, I got 11. I got 12 right now, 13 now. I got 13 signed up right now. creditsuite.com/webinar. Refer 3 people. Everything's free. Everything, including the bonuses. It's all free. Okay, now keep in mind, you have to have purchased the program, then you refer them, they buy, we refund you your money. Okay? Now, we're gonna get to, we got about 15, 20 minutes left. I'm here for your questions, frequently asked questions. I can hit you with something I already know about it, but if you've got a question, now would be a great time to type it in. I'm here for you. I have a similar idea, but it's not quite that. We could discuss later. Okay. All right, payment plan. Yes, Candace, we have a payment plan. As a matter of fact, you know what? Thank you for bringing that up, Candace. At creditsuite.com/webinar, we have a payment plan. Don't let that stop you if you can't afford that payment. I need you to contact us at info@creditsuite.com. As a matter of fact, call us on our number. And I don't know why I lost the number. It was 800-497. I'm going to go backwards, guys. Suddenly I forgot the number. 877. That's why I'm thinking about the advisor's number. 877-600-2487. Get a pen, write that down. 877-600-2487. 877-600-2487. There's a reason I'm telling you this. I have my people on standby. They knew I was going to make an offer to, they thought it would be the top 10 or the first 10, 25 people. If you don't want to wait, if you want a custom payment plan, call right now. You can leave the webinar. I'm good with that. I won't be offended. Call right now. I have people standing by. They're ready to take your payment. They will customize the payment for you. Don't let money get in the way. Don't. If I said to you 5 years from now, when your business is worth $5 million, hey, had you not spent that $597 per month, you'd have never been here. We'd have been like, hey, I'd have spent $1,000. I can tell you about the executive suite, Todd, later. This is not about the partner program. If you're interested in our partner program, just reach out to us at 877-600-2487. Okay, but tonight's just about people who are interested in the core. Anthony, thank you. I appreciate the love. Anthony says he loves this program. So anyway, how many questions? Can I repost the top 5? Kendrick, what did you mean by the top 5? Need to clarify that a little more. I'll be happy to answer the question. I'm just not sure what you're talking about. Again, creditsuite.com/webinar. You mentioned Regis as a virtual office. Is the mailing and forwarding service the only services needed? Yeah, that's pretty much what you need, Tracy. That's all you need. Rob put they are closed. No, it probably went to voicemail because they're on the phone. Leave a message, Reb, excuse me, not Rob. They will call you back. I promise you, we have West Coast reps. We're still here. What are the top 5? Top 5, don't know what the top 5 is. That's 2 people have asked me what the top 5. Repost the top 5. If it was the top 5 mistakes or bonuses, not sure, Ken. The bullet points of what business needs: 1, EIN, 2, websites. Gotcha. Okay. So you're going to need, obviously, your EIN. You're going to need there's actually 8. There's actually 8 credibility points. First one is the business name, the proper business name. Second's going to be your business address. Okay. So name, address. You're going to need a real phone number. That's 3. You're going to need a website with a proper email address. In other words, a professional email address, not partydude or steve@gmail. You're going to want info at your website. Insurance agency is not considered high risk, Adrian. After the website, you're going to need a business bank account. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the top 5. There's more to it. There's actually 8, but you can get all that once you get into the system. It's pretty easy. Construction industry considered high risk. Look, let's clear that out right now, Tracy. Just about every industry is considered high risk. High risk does not mean rejected, restricted. So every industry just about is considered high risk. Don't let that hold you back. That just means they may look at you deeper, but if your business is set up credibly, that's what we're trying to eliminate. Okay, does that make sense? If we set you up credibly, we correct what you have, or we help you correct it, then the high risk becomes less of a risk because now you look legit. Look, I didn't show it to you guys tonight, but the number 1 retailer, I'm talking retail stores, so don't say Amazon, is Walmart. Walmart's entire business plan, as a matter of fact, I believe it's 85% of everything that's on their shelf, they purchase through business credit. So they buy the product, it gets put on their shelf, you go and you buy it, you pay for it, and then they pay the bill later. They're the largest retailer in the world. Their whole business plan was based on business credit. So when I hear small business owners say, this doesn't work for me, no, it works for everyone, including Walmart. Company. I don't need all the features offered, but need some features I really need. What kind of payment customized credits we accommodate? Josh, just please reach out to our phone number or info@creditsuite.com. If you've ever reached out to us before, we'll have all your information. Talk to your rep. They'll do what you need to do. We'll make it work for you. Okay, Josh? I promise you. Does this work for real estate? Great question. That means you weren't here in the beginning, my story. I used business credit in my real estate business, and I built it to over 300 properties and an additional 300 flips. There are not many real estate investors who can touch those kind of numbers, and I used business credit to get to that point. So it absolutely works for real estate. Matter of fact, I love it. When will the webinar be reposted? We're actually going to have a rebroadcast. You'll get that if you register and attended tonight, you will get a rebroadcast. I love the fact that you want to see it again. That means I did a halfway decent job, Ken. Thanks so much. I'm in. Thank you, Todd. Dude, outstanding. Kendrick, do registering your business at your home address bad? No, it's not bad, Kendrick. Like I said, it's A, B, or C. C is still passing, right? If you got a C in English, you still passed. Your parents may not have been happy, but you passed. It's still okay. But I find the limits tend to be lower. Does that make sense? Amazing webinar. Thank you. Oh, that is awesome. Thank you so much, Adrian. I appreciate that. You have a great night as well. Any more questions? Do we have a white label partner program? As a matter of fact, we do. Reach out to our phone number. Again, I'm going to put that number up on screen, 877-600-2487. If you're interested in having an opportunity to make a ton of money with business credit, again, 877-600-2487. We have partners that make 7 figures. Does this work for nonprofits? 100%. We have tons of churches, and churches are obviously all nonprofits, that do very well with this. Do co-working spaces like industrious work for business address? Ken, that's a great question, because that's something that's very new, and it's going to depend. I know that's not a firm answer. What I'm going to do is touch base with an advisor. Matter of fact, email us at info@creditsuite.com with that very question, and I'm going to get the head of our advising team to answer that, because I'm not sure about that, because Regis actually has co-working spaces. So now Regis is great, but I'm not sure about that co-working, because it's not really your address. You're sharing that space. I suspect it won't work. So that was remember, look, I'm getting tons of these. I was wondering about that as well. Can we add the partner program after starting? Todd, you could do exactly that. Once again, info@CreditSuite, or reach out to one of our sales reps at 877-600-2487. They'll go through the whole thing, how we can get you started building your business credit. If you want to upgrade later to a partner, it's not something I want to dive into tonight. That's not really what this is about, but absolutely that's something we can do. All right, guys, we got about 8 minutes left. I'm renting a large space in a building for my business. If I'm renting a large space in a building, Chris, for my business, yes, that's fine. Do you have your own mailing address for that space? If you do, that's perfect. That's a commercial building. You're good. When will you get back to us with the co-working space? Tanya, I will find that out tomorrow. Okay, guys, we're getting down to the end. I know you're probably all hungry. And once again, I want to thank you for taking the time to come out here today, spend it with me. This is a brand new webinar. Show of hands, can I get a 1 if anybody thought this was, if they've seen another previous webinar and they thought this was a little bit more interesting and they liked it? I need a 1. Oh man, look at that. That's lots of outstanding. Thank you so much. Once again, I appreciate it. It's the first one, but great. Thanks, Chris. I love having first timers here. That's great. Once again, any questions? Whoa, we're at 22. All right, we got 3 left, guys. 3 left for that, getting everything for free. I saw it's been a while. I was interested. Then also great info. Thank you so much. You nailed it. Matter of fact, there's only 3 spaces left. Tell you what, put your name up on the questions right now if you plan on signing up tonight. The 3 that I see, the first 3 that I see, I'm going to get you 1 year of credit monitoring for free. But I need right now, I need your name up on the questions. Crystal, all right, Crystal, you're first. Crystal, that's 1. Scott, number 2, Scott Simmons, that's 1 year free, along with all the other bonuses. I got 1 space left. Reniti, is that a thank you, or are you in? Because you're going to need to sign up tonight. Sanford, that's it. That's over. Sanford Doss, you're the 3rd one. You know what? I'm going to give you 1 more. 1 more. Sanford Doss, you're in. 1 more. You ordered my book. Thanks, Julie. I appreciate you ordering my book. Boom. Hector. All right, that's it. We're closed out as far as the free business credit monitoring for 1 year. Hector Cabello. Okay, so here's what I'm going to need you, all 4 of you. You sign up tonight. That's Crystalline, Scott, Sanford, and Hector. You sign up tonight. Tomorrow, first thing when I get in the office, in addition to all the bonuses you're getting tonight, you 4, because you closed out those 25. And by the way, you get, if you refer 3 people, you're going to get it for free. So now you have an opportunity to get the program for free and the monitoring for free for a year. That's unbelievable. So you 4, since you closed out my 25, are going to be set up for free business credit monitoring. I will make sure this gets right to our development team tomorrow, but you need to sign up tonight. I need to see it on there tonight, or at worst case by 10 a.m. tomorrow. Okay? All right, guys, we're at the end. I really appreciate you coming in. And you know what? You guys all hung out too. You all hung out. You missed the first hour, Scott. It's no big deal. You're going to get a replay of this. Don't worry about it. Okay? I appreciate everybody coming out tonight. I want to thank you again. I know how much effort it is to come sit for an hour and a half at a webinar. Once again, I hope I was fairly entertaining and certainly informative. If you ever have any questions, once again, 877-600-2487. That's 877-600-2487. Go to creditsuite.com/webinar. And I hope I see you all in Entrepreneur Magazine. I want to see you all worth $100 million. All right, have a great night.